Card playoffs continue with a showdown between two young, talented teams in the AFC to kick off Wild Card Sunday on the Maddenverse. Joe Burrow and the Bengals, with their high-powered offense, finished second in their division, and now they will start their playoff run on the road here in Jacksonville, Florida, Frank.
This Jaguar team has put together a great season, and they finished it with a 5-0 winning streak, notably taking down the Shamrocks in Dublin and knocking the Monarchs out of playoff contention last week.
Could be one for the ages here in Duvall tonight. Jaguars star quarterback Trevor Lawrence is in a nice position starting the playoffs at home this year, Frank.
Most definitely. Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk, he's used those guys to perfection. Pair that with the red zone machine, Rothschild at tight end, he's a mismatch for anyone on that Bengal defense. This offense has taken defenses apart this season, especially on this field.
The Jungle Cat defense has been on point this season. Do they have enough to get a tough wild card win here on the road in Jacksonville? We're about to find all that out next, right here on the Maddenverse.
Tonight from Jacksonville, Florida, it's the AFC Wild Card round.
Back in Week 13, the Bengals lost a shootout in their first matchup against the Jaguars. Can Jacksonville sweep the series? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars. And that's Trevor Lawrence.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they changed their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On first down, right back to ETN. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Bengals.
Another tote for ETN. Broken tackle. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 35. 3rd down and 1. They'll run with ETN. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Lawrence. Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A 10-play drive that time. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on. Because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Net open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Here's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 2nd down and 3. And Boyd in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. 3rd down and 6. Burrow will throw. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I gotta tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it is caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Oh, now a running play here with Smith. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now it's Smith, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now, this is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Play action, it's Burrow. It fights him off. Escape, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Jaguars getting set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he's up to the 44-yard line.
First down, Cincinnati.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And that one caught downfield by Boyd. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Mixon with a first down carry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's
to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat for a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's in. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jaguars are back within a score. CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat, and there he is again already, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. 2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Now Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. Touchdown Bengals. Boyd, 29 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that'll bring up 4th down as this Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And he missed it. It's no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. 1st down. Here's Burrow, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wild Card matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Sunday. One more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up a very exciting 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wild Card game. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Now a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Agnew now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to...
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a 3rd. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. ETN up the middle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some.
Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Urican. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. Now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Jaguars strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Now McManus for the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Herb Smith Jr., 58 yards. And the Bengals have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, It certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out come the Jags. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as the tackle made at the 42. A handoff for Etienne. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. A give running right, Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. And he will have the Jaguars first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Motion man left is Kirk.
And he'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
McManus now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So that drive spans 13 plays. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, fourth quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for Jacksonville score. So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
They trail by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
At the Bengals' 36-yard line.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this off to ETN, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with ETN. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Christian Kirk. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jags are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter, as the kick is away here. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And a fine chase on the right side, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
McPherson's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by a field goal. A little over 80 ticks to go. Their sold-out crowd is behind them. They need at least a field goal to tie as they've got it 1st and 10. Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Throwing now, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back to throw, Lawrence. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here if they get one. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars! And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win them the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime of the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules were changed, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
So, CD, in the postseason, they obviously get the chance to answer that touchdown from a bit ago, but how do they set aside that pressure, knowing that their entire season is coming down to this series?
What a great question, and I don't think that they set it aside. I think that they confront it, and they've done it through.
24 yards the gain there, another first down as well. But we know they need a touchdown here to keep their season going, and on that play, wasting no time to try to push that ball downfield, partner.
Yeah, and even though the season's hanging into balance on this drive, I don't know what you see, but I don't see any fear in the eyes of this offense. They're dialing up big plays, risky throws. They'll do whatever it takes to match touchdown for touchdown. And in this moment, they need to play the best they have all season, and they certainly appear to be ready to rise to the occasion.
Here's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. Playoff lives on the line. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it.
Oh, now meanwhile, the pass incomplete, but penalty flags on the field. There might very well have been early contact there. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. 2nd possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown, and now looking pretty good here in the red zone. And in addition, they face a very important decision. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point. And this one through the uprights and good. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. And this taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Both teams with touchdowns already, so just a field goal wins it now. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Finding space at the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Running out again with ETN. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now they show jet sweep it instead, a run up the middle here. And he will have a Jaguars first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On first down, Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.